Howdy, Patrick here, Half Cheetah Will View, and we're here for another film review. Today's movie is one I caught on TUBI. I was floating through there, looking for something to watch, and lo and behold, I caught The Sand, and it looked really interesting, so I decided to watch it. The Sand came out in 2015. It was directed by Isaac Gabareth. Written by Alex Greenfield, Ben Powell, and has a cast of actors I'm not familiar with. Brooke Butler, Megan Holder, Cynthia Morrell, Dean Geyser, Cleo Berry, Mitchell Musso, Hector David Jr., Nikki Leigh, and Estavia Cashin, and the only name I knew in the whole cast was Jaime Kennedy. So basically, the premise is a bunch of college-age kids are having this massive party on the beach. It's run by Mitch. He's the ringleader, and so he's organized this party, and what he wants to do is he wants to make it a Vegas party. Basically what it means is like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So he has everybody basically turn in their phones, and he locks them in the trunk of the car. So everybody's having a good time. People are hooking up. People are walking on the beach, talking and whatnot, having a good time, getting toasted. But then the next morning he wakes up and there's a few people. There's only a few people on the beach. Got a couple in the lifeguard tower. You got four people in a car. One girl on a picnic bench, and as a prank, they put one of their friends, a heavyset kid. They put him in a trash can, and so he's stuck there. He's literally stuck. So as they all slowly wake up, they realize that it's a little strange because there was a hell of a lot more people there last night, and then also looked like a pair of couples that were supposed to be a couple end up with different partners, and so they're just wondering what happened. So they're starting to wake up because they're going like, where'd everybody go? And Kaylee's. She goes out to stretch and see what's going on, see if she can spot anything out, and then she watches a bird land on the beach, a seagull, and then all of a sudden the seagull disappears, and she instantly wakes up. She goes, "Whoa, wait a minute!" So that that's cause for concern. And then they go ahead and they try to. They're like, well, I don't know, man. This beach thing, the sand is feeling a little weird. And so one of their friends, Marcia, she's sleeping on she wakes up and she's topless, and so she had a good time. So she puts her top back on, and then she's gonna come over, but it looks like the sand is like it's attracted to her. And not in a good way. So one of the other young guys, he decides he's going to come over there and help her out. So unfortunately, that doesn't work so well. Well, they tried to go get her. Ronnie tries to get her, Marcia. And lo and behold, the beach, it is alive, and it catches both of them, and it kills them both. So you can't go on the beach. You can't walk on the beach. As soon as you put your foot down on the beach, something's gonna grab it. So they're trying to figure out what to do, how to get out of the situation, and unfortunately for them, they're really in a tight spot. They're out there. Nobody really knows where they're at. All their friends are gone. there's no people coming out to the beach to hang out, and they only have very limited supplies, and they try to figure out if this thing's on the beach, is it in their heads, is it in their imagination. But they go ahead and they grab some hot dogs, and Kaylee throws them all over, and every time it lands on the sand, it vanishes. So they know that there is a creature underneath the sand. They keep trying to come up with ways to get out, and that includes trying to use surfboards to. One of them, Jonah, tries to use 2 surfboards to get to the bench, because that's where they have some supplies at. Because they really don't have anything, and he gets over there, but he also gets hurt by the creature, and you get an idea what the creature is right there, because Jonah he blisters up really bad, and so you get an idea that it is a jellyfish, and it is, but it's really cool though, because it's such an unusual creature, and it's getting bigger too. That's the whole thing too. As they're trying to figure out what to do underneath the sand, it's getting bigger. So Jonah tries, but he doesn't make it. And he's critically wounded, and he throws whatever he can as far as food and over to everybody, including their friend Gilbert, who's trapped in a trash can. And he's a big kid, and he can't just lift himself out. He's going to need some help, but unfortunately, he's stuck because they can't get to him. And so as this is going on, finally seems that help has arrived when the beach patrol comes, and this very obnoxious beach officer gets out, and they're trying to tell him, don't get out, because of the sand, but he has shoes on. He has rubber shoes on, so it can't sense anything. But his attitude toward them is very, very, very cruel. Actually, they're trying to tell him what's going on, and he's just not listening to them. And he's being an asshole, and and he drops his car keys, and he goes picks him up, and sure enough, he gets grabbed too, and he's screaming for help. And Kaylee's just sitting there watching him die, because he didn't listen to them at all. He didn't try to help them at all. He dismissed them. He didn't get on the radio. I mean, basically, he did nothing for them. And so she feels like, why should I do anything for you? And I'm not going to put myself at risk for this. And so the beach guy, he kicks the bucket. So they just keep on trying to figure a way to do this, but unfortunately, they start dying one by one. The beach is getting them all until Chandra and Kaylee are the last 2 standing, and they finally make it inside of the beach car, the patrol car, and the next morning they're woken up. And they realize they're the last 2 survivors of everybody. Not only just the friends that they had, but everybody, because everybody doesn't look like they made it. And so as they're traumatized, they try to walk. They're walking on the beach out of there, and the camera pulls back to see just how big the creature really was. And it also attacked at night, so you have these huge tentacles coming out. It looked pretty cool, actually. I mean, it wasn't the best effects, but it was all right. It was the movie was very entertaining. So they got 2 girls left of everybody, and in the last scene of the movie shows this massive jellyfish. That's when you really see it for what it is, and it's swimming toward Huntington Beach in Los Angeles. I like this movie. I thought it was pretty interesting. I had never seen a jellyfish in terms of a creature feature, so that was very interesting. It was really different. It was very suspenseful. The cast, I saw some people thought the cast was wooden. I didn't think so at all. I thought they did pretty good, considering. I thought I was entertained. I think the one thing that sort of threw the movie off, though, was the Beach Patrol, because it was played by Jamie Kennedy, and it stopped the movie right there in its tracks. It was like, why is he even in this movie? He's there's just no place for it, and his character was completely unrealistic. Unrealistic. I mean, there's just no way he's gonna act like that, especially since they're all scared and crying and upset. They're not. He's not gonna. He might be a little bit like, what's going on here? Come on. And but once he notices all the reaction, I'm sure he would have went back and called for help. So it sort of stopped the movie in its tracks. And honestly, I was rooting very hard for him to buy the farm. Like I said, the cast was young, good looking. It was, and the acting, it was fine. The effects for what they were. I would say this is probably a SyFy channel type movie, but with a bigger budget than most. It did all right. I was entertained. Since I did see this on Tubi, there's no special effect. I mean, there's no special features to talk about. I'm not sure. I'm sure this got released on DVD somewhere. So if you look up for The Sand, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. There is some alternative names for this too. One's called Blood Beach or Killer Beach. You might see that if you go look for the movie. It might be underneath Killer Beach or The Sand. So that's our review for The Sand, and hopefully next time you go to the beach, just be careful where you put your foot at.